$100. 15% of that $100 should be put on top of the $100 here and be charging customers. So at the end of the day, $100, that is what you should take. Then the 15% of the $100 should be put aside for VAT. But it doesn't stop there. The other important aspect of VAT is this: you are entitled to your input tax credit. That is, when you are making your purchases as a businessman, the VAT that you pay on your purchases, you knock it off or you claim it when you are paying your output VAT. In other words, your input minus your output, the difference, that's what you pay to GRA as VAT. So that is the major difference from the sales tax, because under the existing sales tax law, you are not allowed input tax credit when you are paying your sales tax. But under the VAT law, you'll be benefiting from your input VAT tax credit.
Meaning the trader here,
yes,
benefits from the input tax credit, which he can always claim from GRA.
GRA, exactly.
And it's paid to him. Yeah. Minus
your output.
The output, meaning
VAT, your sales, VAT sales you collected on your sales.
Very well.
Minus the VAT you pay on your purchases.
Okay, Mari Bemula till.
Okay, Marika Barka.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Hello.
Jamarik.
Malik.
Wow.
I'm in the New York.
Fine, la.
I'm going to like it. Come here, me fight taxi. One important anti customer being a produce certificate. Quality merchandise bi muy jaay wala dafa am interest.
Waaw ko fuma wax ci sa gémmiñ line bi moom daanaka dem na waaye yaakaar naa ne fi mu doon jublu am naa leer tuuti daal.
That's the benefit of paying tax.
The benefit of paying tax.
Okay.
yaakaar naa loolu moom tax moom su ko government di levy rek am na yenn yoo xam ne moom la nguur bi di soxla ci koom-koom pour toppatoo yooyu noonu waaye yéen ñi nekk jiyaare te ngeen xam ne yéen a ngi collectal government tax yaakaar naa ne mu ngeen a gën a faran fàcce daal.
Waaw, ok.
ngeen a ko leen njëriñoo.
Waaw, mu ngi mel ni fu mu nekk daanaka réewi Afrique yëpp dañ establish réew yu bari dañ establish ñoo ooyee revenue authority, revenue administration. mooy war di collect tax yi nga xam ne yëpp moom la nguur gi soxla, parce que réew boo gis tamit dafa soxla xaalis pour mun a def liggéey yi nga xam ne dépasse liggéey yi nga xam ne mooy isi waaw mooy isi yokkute si lopitaan yeeg fay salaries yeeg yooyu noonu. mu ngi mel ni doo nekkee si dëkka te nga nekk di def business foofu yow tam am na lu la war foofu, parce que government suñ defee yoon yeeg lopitaan yeeg yooyu yow tam yow mi nga xam ne yaa ngi def business yooyu nga jëfandikoo. Sa doom yi dañoo dem school, yow soo feebaree dem si lopitaan yi security bi ñu ngi la protect yooyu noonu yëpp te tax bi ñoo fay nii yooyu la ko nguur gi di jël pour dépasser yooyu noonu.
te soo ko seetloo sax dëkk yu bari biir Afrique sax tax based économie lañ am
fu mu nekk nii. Waaw,
tax bi rek nga mën a def rek naamoo ji moom rek nga mën a def pour daal mën a doal sa réew jëm kanam.
waaw, parce que fu mu nekk doo mën a jël sa lifin yëpp nga dépend ko. waaw,
baax na kenn nañ ci line bi mbir bi xal naa interesting léegi allo allo.
Hello.
Hello. Ci Mari because Mari jeexal woon waaye ba tey
Okay, Abarka Malik.
Hello.
Yes, you're there.
Hello. Yeah, hello, am I right?
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah, hi Malik, how are you? I have a very nice question down here in Stockholm. If somebody wanted to start a kind of a community entertainment center for the youth, like for example internet cafe, so that to adjust the lifestyle of the people down there in the Gambia, or something like a mobile disco, just to create something for the community? What kind of, how do you consider this kind of thing?
Would you be making money?
Malik, these things are very expensive in Europe. Like, for example, somebody use thousands of kronas, okay, it's for your people. You want to increase the lifestyle of the people, activities for the people, Malik. You could be even there, Malik.
All right, we'll discuss.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I'll let the panel discuss on it. And thank you for calling.
Yeah, this is what I wanted,
Where are you calling from, by the way?
I'm calling from Stockholm.
Stockholm, that's very nice. So you're watching GRTS?
Yeah.
In Stockholm?
I'm watching live right now.
What may I do?
Hey, right, you're fun, sir. Snackar du svenska?
Ja, det är bra.
Ja, det är bra faktiskt. Har du bott i Sverige?
Men jag pratar lite svenska.
Ja.
Ja, lite grann.
Nej, men det är bra faktiskt.
Ja, varsågod. Jag vill titta på det för det här.
Tack.
Ja, tack så mycket.
Tack.
Ja, det är bra.
Tack så mycket.
Ja, okej, tack. Wow, go Sweden. Like into the Swedish. Wow, li mo la te nonu moy danaka su fekkee ne mëno def some sort of an entertainment wala xale yi ubbi internet cafe Gambian si benefit ci how would he pay VAT? It depends on the magnitude of the business.
Exactly, and also it depends on whether that particular activity is a profit-generating activity.
Exactly so.
If the intention is to make a profit out of it, then it becomes a business which you are liable to pay tax. Whether you are liable to register for VAT will depend on the threshold here. But even beside the VAT, you may be qualified for other tax type, like personal income tax, if it is an individual, or corporate or partnership, something like that.
Okay, somebody just asked what interest does it have on him as a customer seeing that VAT certificate in your shop. That was a question from the caller. What interest does it have on him as a customer seeing the VAT certificate at the shop? What is the interest?
The importance of that certificate, or the important thing why you display that certificate, is for the customers to know that under the law you are liable or you are right to be charging VAT on the price of goods and services that you are offering. So the benefit to the customer is to whatever VAT charges you see on your receipt issued to you or invoices, know that that particular registered VAT taxpayer is liable to charge you VAT. So that is the, in a nutshell, that's the benefit to the customer. Why displaying the VAT certificate in a place of business?
All right, yes, Martin.
It's also to, like if you walk into a shop and you saw the certificate displayed, then you know that this person is legally mandated by law to charge VAT. So it cannot be like unregistered person charging VAT. So it's a kind of a control mechanism also. Once you are registered, you are issued a certificate, and then you are mandated. If you are not registered, you are not supposed to charge any VAT on
All right, one good question. If I walk into a hotel and I go to the restaurant and eat food, would I pay VAT?
Exactly, yes. You will pay VAT.
I will pay VAT.
Yeah.
It will be added on my bill.
Exactly.
After I have consumed my food and drink, I will see VAT plus VAT 15% added to my bill of $700. I'll pay 15% of $700.
You are right. Exactly.
Very well. Now let's get to the next step. Only registered person can provide taxable supplies, meaning that?
Yeah, only registered person can provide taxable supplies, meaning, in other words, only those businesses that are registered for VAT should be charging VAT. So a business that is not registered for VAT is not liable or is not under the law allowed to be charging VAT.